Yo, what's up, boys? Currently out here whipping through California, driving home, and I want to make a video about something that really just clicked with me recently. The most important trait for a successful person is the ability to fail publicly and to not care. And it took me a really long time to realize this, and I think it was God put me through a lot of different things that really got me over this fear, and that's why I was able to make a lot of money at a young age. So the first thing that God did, let me tell you guys a little story. The first thing that God did to make me okay with failing publicly, and let me tell you this too, the reason why failing publicly is the most important indicator of success, the ability to fail publicly, is because if you want to make money online, you have to document your journey authentically. But no one wants to document their journey authentically because they want to show who they are once they've done everything. It's like, oh, I'll start my personal brand once I have 100K. Once I've made my first 20K a month, I'll start my personal brand. No, you have to start your personal brand now. You have to be willing to post and start your personal brand now. And throughout all of high school and stuff, I always made different TikTok accounts. I was scared. I was always turning off my contacts. I didn't want anyone to see me. I didn't want people to understand that this is who I really was. But at the end of the day, I think Togi said it best. Every opinion on you dies in 100 years. Nothing matters. So you have to be able to put yourself out there and be like, judge every single fucking inch of me because I don't care, right? I'm on the path to be the person I want to be. You're not going to help me. So I don't care what you think. You're listening to people who wouldn't even show up to your damn funeral about how to live your life. And that's the stupidest thing that you can do if you want to be successful. So back to the story. It was 4 years of high school football for me. That was my whole identity, my whole life, right? Just like a ton of other people in high school. That was all I did. And football was everything to me. 7-on-7 in the off season, you know, and then it came to the games, right? And I was so fucking scared to fail. I was so scared because I put all this work in. There was 10 games in the season. I was like, I can't fuck this up. And guess what? I was so scared to fail the whole time that I never actually fucking played, bro. I never actually, played for myself. I was always scared that if I do this wrong, coach is gonna take me out. If I do this wrong, people are gonna talk about me at school, something like this, right? And then because of this mindset, I did not play nearly as well as I could have. And I realized after all this shit, after getting taken out, after, people ask me, oh, why'd you throw this? Why'd you do that? All this stuff, I didn't play as well as I could have. Now, I had my good games here and there, but majority of the time I was playing it in a shell of myself. It was like I wasn't even me. All my training had gone out the window. And the reason why is because I was so scared to fail that I never fucking won, bro. But I realize now, look, and this is the thing too. If you start a run and you're like, I'm gonna run 5 miles, and you get, it's like, I'm sure a lot of you have done this, or you're sitting next to your bed and you're like, I'm gonna try to do 100 push-ups right now, and you hit like 15, 20 push-ups and it starts to fucking hurt, bro. You're like, damn, this shit hurts. And all of a sudden, the risk to reward of hitting those 100 push-ups, you're like, man, why the fuck am I doing this? No one's out here watching me. No one's watching me try to do these 100 push-ups. I should just fucking quit, right? The moral of the story is the taste for the goal, the taste that you have for the goal gets more and more distant the more and more you dive into it. So I had this great idea in my head of playing football and being quarterback, all this great stuff. And then the more and more I got into it, the more and more I played, I was like, this shit's fucking hard, bro. Everybody's watching me. If I fuck up, everybody knows. My whole team is riding on me. Everything's on my back. And I wasn't ready for that at that point. And that's okay, because it took those experiences for me to be ready for that now. It took those experiences for me to be able to go out and make $30,000 a month at 19 years old this summer. Because I stopped caring about what people thought of me. I went out and I did door-to-door sales. I didn't give a fuck what people said. I went out and knocked 150 doors my first day. I didn't get a single fucking sale. And I didn't give a shit, right? Because I realized that inputs are what matter. And I felt the same feeling I felt in football. I felt the taste of that goal going away. I was like, every door I knocked, I was like, it's getting harder. This summer of me making a ton of money doing this thing might not be for me. It's getting harder, right? And that's normal. But I learned with football that not every goal is exactly what it seems to be at first. It's not going to be fucking easy, bro. You have to keep pushing through it, right? And it takes a while, but at some point, someday, somehow, it will become what you thought it was. It got to a point where it's fucking easy, where I was popping 3 or 4 sales a day. Because I pushed through the hard part. I pushed through that part at first where God tests you. He always has to test you. And then the same thing happened with the AI. I'd be cold calling. This shit's hard. Guess what? I got better at it. Okay? And then I was able to do both at the same time. And I made $24,000 profit in July. Netted over that, but I had expenses, right? It's all about pushing past that initial point. And if you tell yourself you're gonna go, sprint around the block, you're gonna get halfway around the block and you're not gonna wanna finish. But it's about shifting the mindset so that when you're in the sprint, you feel like you've already completed it. It's not about, can I make it through this? It's about, I already did this, okay? So now, recently, I just started posting on my main Instagram. I was like, fuck all this trying to make a second account, all this bullshit. I already have over 1,000 followers that came from TikTok to this Instagram. I need to stop caring about what people think of me. And I started posting, and guess what? My own family started making fun of me. My brother texted me, he's like, oh, I'm getting made fun of in this group chat for what you're posting on your Instagram. Make a new account without my last name in it, right? Okay, whatever. So now, I set out with a goal, and day one, boom, first post go out. That taste of that goal starts to get a little more distant, right? I'm like, okay, I thought people were gonna troll or whatever. I was past it. But then it's like, it was my own family. I was like, I didn't expect that. But at the end of the day, I want my goal more than I care about what people think about me. And if people can't respect me for that, then they're not my friend anyway. So you have to not care, because if you can't get over the little hump of caring about what people think of you, if you can't get over hitting the post button on social media when you might fail, when your video might not go viral, when you might not hit 10 or 100,000 followers, or your business might fail, if you can't get over that public failure, you're never gonna be shit. No one's gonna remember your name. And the man who tried and failed is 100 times better than the man who sat around and did nothing. If you want nobody to criticize you, sit down, do nothing, be nothing, and say nothing, and you will never stand for anything, and no one's gonna remember your name. So it comes down to the fact that if you wanna be something, you have to be okay with failing publicly, and you have to not care about what people think about you, or you have to enjoy a life of mediocrity, and there's no in between. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm like yelling at you, because I'm yelling at myself right now. I'm letting you guys into the voice inside my own head that tells me this on a daily basis. And I struggle with it too. I used to care so much about what people think of me. And guess what? Sometimes I still fucking do. But it's about beating that. When the taste of the goal gets more distant, when it's not as fresh, when you're in the process and you're like, fuck, I don't know if I can do this, bro. That is when you have to push through. And that's where I'm gonna push through. How do you expect to be an online coach? How do you expect to make money online, put yourself out there, make money from a personal brand, when you yourself can't even get over what people think about you? You're supposed to be the damn authoritative figure, and you haven't even gotten over that. How do you expect to teach other people how to do that? You won't be able to. And I'm no different than you. I was able to get over it, and I don't care, frankly, if I succeed or not on social media. The only reason I want to succeed on social media is because I want to change as many lives as possible with my life and my story. And I'll still change a good amount of lives even if I'm not the biggest creator in the space, and that's okay. So if you guys want to work with me this summer, I'm going to be doing a super cool mix of door-to-door sales and also personal branding, AI, all that stuff, because that's what changed my life that summer. That combination of getting 3-4 million views on TikTok, making over $20,000, $30,000 online, while also selling thousands of dollars in revenue in door-to-door sales too, which literally changed my mindset forever. I'm gonna fly out a few people, because I want to change as many lives as possible, fly out a few people and start an amazing sales team where we're all gonna be building a personal brand. I'm gonna teach you guys everything I know about AI, how to make money online, and we're gonna be an in-person sales team so we can live together, work out together, train together, all that stuff. So if you're interested in that, just shoot me a DM on my Instagram. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys, the biggest indicator of success is people who don't care about public failure. So go out and fail and document it. All right, peace out.